Lists, Oral Questions Study Guide, Flight Controls. Question number 1. What flight controls comprise the primary flight controls and how are they operated? Aileron, rudder, and elevator. They are all operated hydraulically only with no manual reversion. Question 2. What flight controls comprise the secondary flight controls? Spoilers, stab trim, flat, and flat. Question 3. Where are the primary flight control positions shown? On the status page of the ICAS. Question 4. Where is the rudder trim indication located? On the aft aisle stand. Question 5. What does the rudder trim reposition? Use of rudder trim repositions the neutral point of the rudder and moves the rudder pedals. Question 6. The right yaw damper requires inputs from what systems for operation? An IRU and the left hydraulic system. Question 7. When will the RAT be automatically deployed? If both engines fail above 80 knots. Question 8. How can the RAT be retracted once it is released? Once released, the RAT must be stowed manually by maintenance personnel on the ground. Question 9. What is the lowest airspeed that the RAT can provide adequate power to operate the flight controls? 130 knots. Question 10. What systems are supplied hydraulic pressure by the RAT? Flight controls through the center hydraulic system. Question 11. Where is the aileron trim indicator located? Pilot control columns. Question 12. How many degrees of bank are the flap maneuvering speeds based on before initial buffet is encountered? 40 degrees. Question 13. What condition, in addition to both truck tilt sensors indicating ground, is required for automatic speed brake extension when the speed brake lever is armed? Both thrust levers at idle. What is the function of the flap load relief system on the Boeing 767-300? If the flap airspeed placard limit is exceeded with the flaps in the 25 or 30 position, the flaps automatically retract to position 20. Question 15. Which hydraulically powered rudder actuator is automatically depressurized when the rudder ratio light is illuminated? The left actuator. Question 16. What does the stab trim light during trimming indicate? Stabilizer trim is moving at half of the normal rate. Question 17. If the speed brake lever is not armed for spoiler deployment, what will the spoilers do on landing? It will only deploy automatically if reverse thrust is used. Question 18. Which hydraulic systems power stabilizer trim? Left and center. Question 19. Which hydraulic system operates the flaps? Center. Question 20. What may be indicated when the aileron lockout light comes on while accelerating? One or both of the outboard ailerons failed to lock out. Question 21. Why should the speed brake lever be moved from armed to down detent if the auto speed brake light illuminates? To prevent inadvertent speed brake extension in flight, speed brakes must be manually deployed upon landing. Question 22. What is the function of the rudder ratio system? Decreases maximum rudder pedal inputs from the pilot to reduce rudder deflection with increased airspeed. Question 23. Which hydraulically powered rudder actuator is automatically depressurized when the rudder ratio light is illuminated? The left actuator. Question 24. What is indicated by an illuminated spoilers light and spoilers ICAS message? One or more spoiler panels has failed to operate. Question 25. Which hydraulic system power the left and right yaw dampers respectively? Left yaw damper, center hydraulics. Right yaw damper, left hydraulics. Question 26. What action can be taken to possibly regain full stabilizer trim rate when the stab trim light is illuminated? Trim with alternate stabilizer trim. Question 27. What systems must be available to the yaw dampers to pass a yaw damper test? One aligned IRS and hydraulic power for the system tested. Question 28. During normal operation, at what flap position do the leading edge slats extend to the landing position? 25. Question 29. What is indicated by the unsked stab trim light? Stabilizer movement without a trim signal, possible trim runaway, or stabilizer is being trimmed opposite of the direction of the autopilot. Question 30. What overrides all other stabilizer trim system inputs? Alternate stabilizer trim switches. Question 30. What is the stabilizer trim rate during autopilot operation? Half the electric trim rate. Question 32. How can stabilizer movement be stopped if a trim runaway is detected? Move the control column in the opposing trim direction. Question 33. What does the rudder ratio light illuminated in flight mean? Control inputs to the rudder are not being correctly modified. Inputs should be limited to avoid damage. Question 34. What is indicated when the right yaw damper switch has an on indication and the in-op light is illuminated? A fault exists in the system. Question 35. How are the flaps operated after a center hydraulic system failure? The alternate system operates the flaps with electric motors. Question 36. Is normal flap load relief available while utilizing the alternate flaps system? No. Question 37. What happens when moving the flap lever from up to the 1 position? Only the leading edge slats extend. Question 38. On an aircraft with winglets, when does the speed brake load alleviation system activate? Flaps are up. Aircraft weight is above 340,000 pounds. Airspeed is greater than 320 knots. Question 39. The pitch enhancement system operates automatically with the loss of center and left hydraulic system pressure. Question 40. An off flag in the stabilizer position indicator means what? Stabilizer trim indicator failure. Question 41. What happens when takeoff power is applied and the stab trim is out of the green band? A config warning light illuminates, an ICAS stabilizer warning appears, master warning light illuminates, and a siren sounds. Question 42. What do the stab trim cutout switches do when placed in the cutout position? They remove electrical power to the stab trim, shut off respective hydraulic power to the stab trim, enable use of manual or alternate trim switches. Question 43. How are the control wheel stabilizer trim switches affected when multiple autopilots are engaged as in an autoland? They are inhibited. Question 44. The pitch enhancement system is an automatic feature to provide a third power to stabilizer trim in the event of what system failure? Left and center hydraulic systems. At higher airspeeds, which wing components are locked out? The outboard ailerons. Question 46. What is indicated when the aileron lockout light comes on at low airspeeds? One or both of the outboard ailerons failed to unlock. Question 47. What are the normal landing flap settings? flaps 25 or flaps 30. Question 48. Is there any asymmetry protection in alternate flap mode? Trailing edge flap protection is not available in alternate mode. That completes flight instruments.